and recording. So remember last week we brought out domain on forextraining.site. Forextraining.site. Remember we've had to point the domain to the servers for the Namecheap so that can be in a position to help to allow us to add a new fresh copy of the website on their server. So we went to the manage section of the domain whereby we navigated Namecheap web hosting DNS so that we can map our we can add our domain. We can add our domain to the list of those domains that are accepted on their service, on their server service. So now the domain we purchased up to February 3, 2027. So we bought the domain on February 3rd. So that's practically almost like a week from now. So now it's the time we start now continuing with the next step, which is the next step is installation, of which we go to the installation section. This is gonna be using the hosting of this platform. So we go to the hosting, we go to the cPanel, so that can be in a position to access the backend of the site, the cPanel. After that, the cPanel. Remember, this way I told you we have in line with the installation. That's from where you do the clearing the caches. This way you access the PHP by admin. This is a file with the tables, the SQLs, and also this way you access the file manager, the backend for where all the codes are stored on the cPanel for all the websites. Yeah, so it's also where we add now the domain. We add the domain of a new website we want to configure. So in this case, we shall go to the domain section. You can come on the top here and go to the domain, click domains, domains, and you can say the first one, create domain. So this section we're gonna list all the available domains for you on the hosting service. So in our case, I'll create a new domain. And remember, we already have an active domain, which is forextraining.site. We bought it last week, so I can just copy that one and go to my cPanel and paste in the domain section, and that's it. And then you submit it to the root of the cPanel. Let's hope they mapped it. If we didn't map it, we shall have to use a subdomain for installation for in the case of training. But then let's hope everything goes well, because we really need to move on with the web development practice this week. So as it continues to load, I'm gonna check if we have any person who's also not accepted on the group, on the session. I think everyone is online. Okay, so let me go back to now you see successfully. So you have successfully created a new forex trading domain with a document root. This is the document root. This is where you have access the site on the file manager, public HTML section, enabling HTTPS. You see now the house also have given us a necessary certificate for 1 year based on the installation. So now it's official, we can continue. So we go back to the cPanel. Remember, to understand this, we have to make sure you also follow the previous lesson. So if you have not watched the previous lesson, go to the portal, training portal. I think under the training portal you'll find the last week's session there. Let me try to check it for you. That's training.perfectgrade. Those people who have not registered account, do so, register, and let me log in. Now the lesson was lesson is on web development. That was on February 4, 2026. That's when we updated these. So it was on web development, purchasing a domain, installing a fresh copy of WordPress, and customization using Namecheap. So this was the domain, and this was the lesson. So make sure you go and watch this lesson so that you can be in a position to follow up to where we are. Okay, now we have installed, successfully installed the domain we bought last week. Now after that we have the soft remember for the very first session, the first week I told you soft is the where you this is the button you use to install a fresh copy of the website on Namecheap. It's called Softacular. So it's WordPress manager by Softacular. So different CPNs may have different methods, but in this case we have Softaculars. Now you can come here, WordPress manager, or you can just come here, install a fresh copy of WordPress, install. So you can click on the install, and then here on the choose installation URL, you can choose now the forextraining.site because that's the domain we want. Now you can choose the version you want to install here. I'm going to choose the most recent version of the WordPress, which is 6.9.1. At the same time, on the site section, choose a description of your website. What do you want to have on your website? So in this case, we can put the website to be about professional forex training website. Okay, and site description, of course, is forex training. Forex, we can say maybe forex TM as a description, or maybe no, sorry. The site description should be professional forex training. Now, the site name should be forex TM, forex TM to represent forex training site. So now after that, you can come to the username. You can for the password, you can choose the password you want. In this case, I'm going to choose the password. Then at the admin email, you can choose email academic perfect, maybe for instance. You can choose your own. And after that, this is wherever you get is confirmation of email installation files. All details should be sent to that email. So I'm also still going to use academic perfect as a chosen selected email for this website. So after that, I'm just going to click on install, whereby you shall have the first copy of the installation going through. So but don't worry about this step. I've not finished the last session of you forgot. Go to training portal. Lesson 9 is already uploaded. It will show you how we started on how purchasing the domain and now where we are. Now we have our first copy of the website installed. It's on forextraining.website. Any administrative functions, maybe editing, can be accessed through WP admin, which represents WordPress admin. WP-admin. So I'm gonna open this one. I'm gonna click Forex Training on the website. First of all, you see the landing page of what we have. You see it's very basic. We have nothing on the site. It's just a phrasing installation, so it's Forex TM, but it doesn't have anything. Now our main work will be now making sure that we have something on this website. Remember, if you check on here, it's stating not secure because now the SSL certificate has not yet gone through. So it will take some few minutes or maybe 30 minutes since it's a fresh installation. So maybe you can go back to cPanel. I show you the button to check on the SSL certificate on the top. You can come and choose SSL. So you can check and say SSL status to check on the status of installation of the new SSL on the new domain, which is forextraining.site. Yes, forextraining.site. And come and scroll down to forextraining.site. You check this there. I think I've seen it somewhere. No certificate available as per yet. So let's go back to the SSL status. To the SSL. SSL TLS to also check. No, not that one. We're going to check on the Namecheap SSL to see if we can initiate the installation ourselves manually. Of course, I have to log in using Namecheap because I'm using the Namecheap service, hosting service. check if we can be in a position to see the SSLs article in this section. But ordinarily, they will automatically install it within a few minutes. Now we have ready for installation, installed via SSL. You can see. For it, it's in progress. It's the very bottom one. This one, it's in progress. So we shall just give it some time. I hope it's gonna work. Yes. So that's it. Now let's go back to now our fresh installation, which was this one. And if you want to access the backend, you can use this one. So now this is whereby as much as I'm going to give you access to an active hosting service in the course of next week, I'm going to also group you into groups of 4 or 5, whereby you will have the same projects of actually composing or developing the website, customizing it into anything you want. You can use this template as a subdomain. You have your cake website, you can customize it the way you want. So, and eventually you have an individual project whereby you will be customizing your own website. In this case, I'm gonna start by at least now having putting the first fundamental theme of the website. Namecheap, they give you that option. But in my case, I'm always gonna use AI to help me compose it, whereby I'm gonna use Whisperflow to describe my website. Let me open Whisperflow. Remember, Whisperflow is an application that actually there is an AI tool that can actually get your dictation and to offer command to your AI. Maybe if you're using Cloud AI or Chat GTP, it helps you compose a good message that can be able to get the correct results or better results on the description. So in this case, I'm gonna hit the record button and say create a description for my website, which is a professional forex training website, which will be employed to teach people the fundamentals of forex from the step 1 to the last step, to ensure that each and every person who has learned through the process can gain essential skills on how to do trading profitably in the long run. So I'm gonna use Whisperflow to, you see now it has already dictated recorded by the dictation for me. I can copy the transcript, and of course I can go to a Cloud AI to refine the message so that I can give you a better description for that. So I'm gonna say, let me open a new chat somewhere. Remember, we shall also be starting the install on the development of the computer program from tomorrow. So make sure you keep track of everything we are doing so that we don't get left behind. So I'm gonna give AI my description so that so I can copy this description and paste it on our this will be a website section, and say this one is supposed to be informative. I can say next. Allow me to start now customizing my first front page for myself. Now, depending on how or the nature you describe it, I want to have multiple pages. Multiple pages is whereby, for instance, you check context expert ratings, it has multiple pages. Like if I open context expert agency's website, agency's limited's website, it has multiple pages. It has maybe page 1, and the first page, which is the home page. It has maybe page 2 about us. It has also the contact form. Check on this website, for instance. You can check on the testimonials, attachment, the pricing, the gallery, or sections. But also have the portal. So this one shows various functions. It shows you various pages. Now that's why the different they're asking. Do you want one page with different subsections? So it depends with you what you want. In our case, I want multiple pages. I want blog pages. So I will choose multiple. Do you want the website to contact you? Yes. Would you like to build a blog? Yes. Would you like the website to be available in more than one language? Yes. And show more questions. Would you want to make call action to send someone to the exam site? Yes. Um, will your sites include products to sell? You can say yes. With a shopping cart. You want to accept appointments on booking? Yes. Would you promote upcoming events? Yes. Would you accept donations? Yes. Can customers visit the business in person? Yes. Now I can say next. Remember, this is just a AI widget training trying to help you create a fast landing page of your website. But then from there, you can be in a position to customize based on your taste, how you want it, and so on and so forth. So I recommend those people who did not join who did not watch the last session, make sure you the last training session, make sure you go review lesson 9 on the training portal. Now the website, now the AI is designing our website so that we have the first tentative version of the website that we can be in a position to use. Let's give it a minute to load. So remember, all computer students, make sure that you have provided the correct email address, which is academicperfect@gmail.com, so that it can be added on the WordPress portal for grading. The grading week has started, so ensure that you have everything well placed. Yes. So that I can also be in a position to have a grade now. For Kiambu Institute, if your name is not in the portal, on the WordPress portal, the screenshot I share on the group, ensure that you are also contacted by them, so that ensure that now the details are well documented on the portal. So that can be able to assist you grading more. I'll start now grading this week. But I've started with the stuff called MPU, study for KCS. The others are called just make sure you put a logbook well in readiness for week 6 of the assessment week for where the teacher will start coming with physical person to do the physical assessment. So I'm buying time to ensure that these website laws are good. They have given so much commands and the internet is kind of slow. That's the reason I'm waiting for it to design our options here. So remember, Forex trader is the first, what we call the first time we got here. Now trying to customize it to ensure that at least have more features, but you can either do it based on physically using AI, which is taking some time, or you can do it manually. Remember, on the C panel, on the software section, to access the site is for training, but to access the backend, where you can just customize it for yourself. You use -wp admin. So in this case, let me try to log in and see if you can access the backend. Remember, it's customizing it for us, so that doesn't take some time, but I still want to see if we can be able to access the backend. Yes. Now this is the backend. This is where you do all the customization of the website you need to have. Now it shows you everything from the profile, from the profile, the media. If you want to upload the media now, customization is where I'm going to dwell so much, because that is where you beautify your website. Is whereby you ensure that your website is way interactive. Your website is nice, it's attractive, it's interactive, it's responsive, so that each and every person will be in a position to see. We always start by actually getting a logo. Remember, in the past session we have created a logo, so you have to create a logo for your website. In this case, we're going to create a logo for ourselves. Remember, I showed you how to use Corel to create a customized logo. I also showed you how to use a Canva. In this case, I'm also going to show you how to use the logo maker, which is also the hub. It's actually called the hub logo. The logo So it can also help you create some interesting simple logos for your website. It's also an alternative, which is also what I was saying, some people or something to need a person kibarua ya kutengeneza pia logo na the author. Let me delete these ones and try to get an image at the same symbol. I can come and try to see if it's a symbol that well resonates with what I'm looking for. You also have to have at least an idea what you're looking for. What are you looking for? I'm looking for a logo that resonates well with the forwards. So I can try to see under these subsections if there's a shape that maybe is for the same. Sport, religion, tools, time. Well, there's a whole bunch of sections. So apart from what we've been doing in terms of logo development, you also create 5 good logos using this tool. It's a free AI online. It's called the Hoth Logo Maker. That is LOGO Maker MAKER .the Hoth HOTH thehoth.com. I'll share a link on this on the group. I'm trying to see if there's a shape we can use for the time being. For the forex website, so I probably can use this one. It's a typewriter or something, but I think it will do for the time being. And put a new better customized logo later on. For some reason, it has not reflected. Let me also check it. No, I think it's still launching, but then let's give it some more time. Now, let me go back to. Here it is. I can drag it there. I can add text, click text. I can drag the text I want. I want the text here, so I can say Forex PM. So I can just replace this by the name Forex. And then at the bottom, I can either duplicate these one, so that I delete that one and say TM. I can come here now, start standardizing this. I can say to be bold. TM should be at the bottom like that. Also maybe bold. I can change the colors to what I want. Can I change this to red? So create customize the create unique colors to make sure it's interesting and all that. TM, nice. So TM can also change the color to be maybe blue. I can also change the color of this shape. Maybe that one. Some of the sections I change it to that. Yeah. Now this is whether you use the screenshot option on the top of the keyboard, the PRT, the print screen, and then you can use a photo image editor such as Paint. So I've taken a screenshot. I open the Paint, click Paint, and then you paste the image, and then you crop the unwanted section and save it as a JPEG to get your logo. So in this case, you can come crop that one. I also crop some more because I also don't need a lot of the whites. So the whole, make sure you have 10 logos, not 5, 10 logos, different logos for your business as a part of the practice exercise for this week. So I'm gonna save to the downloads as logo. Remember, you can still use Corel. It's more professional. Now you can come and choose a different logo, the way you go, the one you want. It's actually created using the avatar, the Gravatar platform. It's also integrated in the WordPress. I don't understand why it has taken to build it. I think the internet is a bit slow, but we can even customize it the way we want. Now I don't know if we'll get my logins for this. Let's see if I can get logins for avatar. Jeff Mwirigi, I've seen your confirmation. It's here. The one you called. Okay, I've seen it. Yeah, you have registered. So I think we are even following the teacher for nothing. I think make sure before we do all this, make sure you do your part. Sasa unaona nimepigia mwaleto di ni mwenyewe haukuwa umeregister, kwa hiyo make sure umeregister. Lakini nimeona registration yako, so make sure sasa amefanya nimtumie hata message ambayo anasema jina yako iko kwa portal. That's inconveniencing the teacher, so make sure to avoid those problems in the future. So let me reply to the teacher template. You've registered, so that as a previous year registered. Now all is good. So make sure you have registered. Okay, I've responded to the message. Now, remember the reason we're coming here to the avatar is to ensure that we have now changed on the, we have uploaded a new logo so that we can use it on the, we can use on our new website. So I'll come to where the logo for X3M was saved. I can prepare the image. In this case, I think we have to redesign our logo because now you see we can only fit the logo that fits in this subsection. So for the case of the demonstration, I'm not going to design a new logo first. I'm going to use what we have. Yes. Now, if we go back on the website, we have the sections we're going to be interacting with and include the post. This way you'll be posting post. If you have a blog to add on the website, this way you'll be adding the post. So we'll be clicking add post, and then we put the title and we put the body section, and at the same time when we want to do SEO, which I'll show you later on the course of the session, there's also where we do the SEO. SEO is just a search engine optimization for your post to ensure that the post now can be detected high by a search engine. This is what you have. We shall also be interacting with the pages. Okay, we shall also be interacting with pages. So now pages, we have privacy policy, sample page. But now if we ignore the AI completes now customizing the pages for us here, we shall have more pages. It's just that we just have a standard one page because of the AI had not completed its work. I restarted the AI, so let's try to see if it can give us more pages so that we can proceed. But either way, you can always add a page. If you want a page on a website, you add a page. Maybe I can add one as here together here, and then say home. Macharia has also responded. Amesema wewe ndo unataka register. So make sure each and every person Kiambu National Polytechnic, you have registered on the purpose so that to also avoid giving trouble to the very busy person. So try to see multiple pages next. Let's hope it's gonna create this website now for us. But even if it does not create us create for us AI creation page, you can use the page if you want to, but you can create it manually by maybe you can call it home, the home page. This is where you do all the customization for the whole. This is where you shall add the carousel, the images and everything. So I can just publish that page as a blank page with the title home page so that we have an entire page on our platform. I'll show you how to customize it now in the next lesson, but at least now at that time I want you to refresh on the last. So now we have home page. I want you to refresh on the training for last session whereby you train yourself on how to use how to purchase the domain, how to install the domain, and so on and so forth. Now, I'll group the work based on in terms of groups. So I have a subdomains for each and every person, whereby you did right now do the installation and do the project now in terms of installation for your own. If you're working on a cake shop, you'll have to make sure that you create a fully functional website based on the skill be presenting the target market. Now, in the meantime, go through the same video for today to ensure that you are up to this point, you are good. And we shall start customization. Then from next week, in the next 2 days, I'm going to give you some domains so that you can be in a position to have active website that you're customizing based on how well it is. Now, when you're doing customization, I remember I told you in lesson 4, I think it was on lesson 3 on the training portal. I remember I told you that when you're preparing for a website, you have to do mapping and preparing website their design. That's on lesson 4 on the training portal. Also go through that because now it's also where we shall now be starting with now when you want to customize our website as it is, we have to make sure we also get a mapping for that. And part of the mapping is to find high quality images. Remember I told you Pinterest can also be a very good source of images. Also, I also told you about the unsplash.com site, free images with no copyright issues. And you can come, for instance, search forex trading to see what images I have. So in the meantime, as I prepare myself, I'm also going to be looking for images of rectangles on the website. One of the best sources is here. Try to use landscape. Landscape is better than portrait. Also for the carousel, high definition, but 12 by 1200 by 1200 pixels. It's well documented that training video form. Now this is in most cases these are portraits. I mean landscape images. Let's see we can add landscape. See how images that are more landscape oriented. We have them. Yes, we have them. If you send such an image like this one, it's open it, it's a landscape. So this one works very well when we are doing our carousel. So some part of the things we'll do, or part of the things I expect you to do is to make sure that you also now start preparing your images. If you lost the images we had prepared, you can also use Unsplash. For images, let's say forex, and say enter. Remember these are free accounts you can use to download images. Okay, now this also has very nice images. Wow, I think we should gonna use this. This is very nice. Like this one is so nice. Yeah, high quality image. You can work very well on our carousel. So remember, we shall standardize this using Corel Draw, and so that we ensure they are the same size, and so on and so forth. So after that section, I'm gonna start the training for today, and I'm gonna also remind you guys to